This year's 2023 Travers Stakes at Saratoga promises to be an epic battle of the country's best three-year-olds, including last year's two-year-old champion Forte, Kentucky Derby winner Mage, Preakness winner National Treasure, and Belmont Stakes winner Archangelo. We've gathered opinions, analyses, and predictions from Hall of Fame trainers, former Travers winning trainers, plus other very knowledgeable racing insiders. The winner of this race will potentially enter the Premier Breeders' Cup Classic later this year and be eligible for Horse of the Year honors. I'm here with Hall of Famer super trainer Dewayne Lucas. This is going to be amazing Travers this year. Tell me a little bit about your perception of it.
Well, what happened, I think, in the Triple Crown, these guys were trying to find out the talent of these three-year-olds. And the Derby had a full field, and it dropped off considerably for the Preakness. The Preakness was a good race, but not, a bunch of all the stars. And so here we come all the way full cycle, and we get the Travers, and they all show up. So this is a really special race this year, and it's a definitive race probably to determine the best three-year-old in the country. I think when the dust settles on Saturday, the winner of the Travers will probably be the best three-year-old, maybe on the way towards the championship of some kind. That horse probably will be prominent also in the Breeders' Cup Classic, because history says that the three-year-olds late in the fall always show up in the Classic and make it interesting. So watch out. Here is a really good bunch.
We're here with Hall of Fame trainer Todd Pletcher. Amazing history, amazing accomplishments. Todd, how do you maintain your high level of performance and passion for the sport? It's ongoing.
Well, first and foremost, you need the horses. And, we've been blessed with some really great clients that are giving us the opportunity to train some really talented horses. So, like in a lot of situations, you're only as good as your players. If you're a head coach of a football team or a basketball team, you can have all the X's and O's down pat, but you need that athlete out there performing, and we've been fortunate enough to have some really high-level horses.
You got two horses in the Travers. You got Forte and you have Tapit Trice. I know it's exciting for you. Is it as much exciting as it is nerve-wracking, or is it a combination of both?
No, I mean, you always get a little butterflies around these big events, and that's what makes it exciting. But, we just try to stay focused on preparing the horses to run the best they can. And, it's been kind of an interesting meet with all the rain we've had, and, kind of juggling some schedules and things like that, make it a little more nerve-wracking at times. But we're happy we got two talented colts coming up to the race in good order.
It appears that this race has some of the strongest talent in many Travers. Is that accurate?
Right now, if everyone stays on course, you got the two-year-old champ in Forte, you've got the Derby winner with Mage, you've got the Preakness winner, you got the Belmont winner. It looks like everyone's showing up, and should make it a heck of a race.
We're here with super trainer Gary Contessa, and he's going to give us his perspective on what's coming up with this year's amazing Travers to be.
Well, I think we have two of the top three-year-olds in the country who are going to show up for the Travers. And in my opinion, Archangelo and Forte are the two best three-year-olds. So this race is shaping up to be a showdown between the two, and it might actually set us on the right path for the best three-year-old of the year, the Eclipse Award. I think this could lay the groundwork for this year's Eclipse Award for three-year-old colt. And what my feeling is, Forte has always been the best three-year-old in the country this year, but Archangelo was never in doubt. I was watching the Belmont Stakes, and that horse was never in doubt that he wasn't going to win that race. So this race, I think Forte is the best three-year-old in the country, but I do believe that Archangelo could give him a run for his money. So I think Forte.
I'm here at Saratoga with Gina Antonucci, and the overnight success that took years to become the overnight success, but she's got one of the top horses in the Travers. Gina, it's great to have an opportunity to speak to you. What does it feel like just to get to this point in your life and your career?
I think you just keep working every day. When you have an opportunity to show up, you basically just try and steward it the best you can and stay out of the way and listen to the horse as best we can. So it's been great opportunity, obviously, and being able to work with this kind of horse is pretty awesome.
Your horse, Archangelo, is by Arrogate, and I saw that Arrogate won the Travers in 2016. I covered that, so maybe we'll have the same success here, I hope.
From your lips to God's ears.
Thank you. And I know you're a favorite emotionally because people like the backstory and how hard you've worked to get here, and it's not an overnight success. This is tough business. This perhaps is one of the most difficult competitions, only because, not that it's tough, you got the best horses in the country all at this one race.
I'm just thankful that I'm not running in the race. So it's, Archangelo is great. We had our final prep, shall we say, a couple days ago, and that was pretty, routine situation. So that worked out well for us, and went back to the track today. He's happy, and my job is to keep his feet on the ground the next week and get a saddle on his back on Saturday.
I'm here at Saratoga with one of the great trainers here, David Duggan. How do you see this Travers shaping up, David?
It's an interesting race, but I've been a fan of Forte for the longest time. Obviously, you can make a case for 3 or 4 others. Mage has been consistent. Disarm has been consistent. But I think that the bottom line is my favorite is obviously Forte, and that's who I would be betting on from layman's terms.
I'm here with Philip Antonacci, Saratoga racetrack, prominent horse industry racing family. He's the branch of the Thoroughbred side, and Philip's a budding new superstar to be right here. He's done very well already just since opening day at Saratoga. Phil, just give me a quick rundown of who you got, and I also want you 2 cents on what you think's coming up to shaping up for the Travers.
Yeah, so we're here at Saratoga. We got 15 stalls up here. It's been a good start to the meet. Had a two winners the first week, and then we just missed out on 2 other winners that just got closely beaten. It's been a good go for us. Got some nice horses. Got an old solid horse called Fauci that he's going to race next week, who looks like he'd get a great chance, and another horse called Monet Never, who won on opening weekend, and is coming back to an A other than. So you got some nice 2-year-olds as well, so just taking our time, being patient with them, and they're coming soon.
What do you think about the Travers coming up?
Yeah, I think it's a great race. I think obviously you got the Belmont winner in there and the Derby winner. I'm sure Baffert's going to have something. So I know that Archangelo horse has been training very well, but it's that Mage, he always shows up as well. So I think it's a loaded race, and Brad Cox has got that the Saudi Crown horse that raced really well, and of course you got Forte. So I think it's a really stacked race and a deep race, and you can almost make a case for anybody to win in there.
I'm here with the Delgados, working in the rain, as we say. This is glorious Saratoga. Not every day is the most beautiful day in the world, but today's a good day because they've got a super horse. Hopefully this coming weekend they're going to do well with a horse named Mage. What's it like all of a sudden having all the spotlight?
It's an amazing feeling. Getting used to it, and well, we take it in a good, humble way. So it's all plus, nothing negative about it.
And it's a wonderful family experience, father, son sharing the experience together, right?
Yeah,
Age of wisdom and all the youth and energy.
exactly that.
What do you think, Pops?
¿Qué piensas tú de la combinación de la juventud con la sapiencia y experiencia tuya?
Yeah, it's a good mix. Good mix. Depend on the day.
Depende on the day.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you very much.
He isn't the boss.
Yeah, right.
I work all time.
You work for your son.
Yes.
He's trying to say that I am the boss and he is the one who works.
Yes. It's a good thing.
Which is not true.
It's
though.
good.
That's going to keep you healthy and you're going to live a long life that way. He can take all the stress.
I have a problem doing that. I am amazing.
How do they say? Mucho suerte?
Yeah.
Mucha suerte.
Okay. We're here with Billy Mott, preparing a horse for the Travers, one of the great trainers of all times in the Hall of Fame. He's got a horse entered named Scotland. Billy, what convinced you that this is the time to enter this horse?
Well, we've gone, a step at a time. We've gone through a couple of his conditions, and he had a nice prep here on the racetrack, at Saratoga Racetrack, around 2 turns, and he was able to handle that challenge, and he seems to be doing well since that race. So we've got a couple nice breezes in him so far. He'll breeze again on Sunday, and hopefully he'll be up to the challenge. We know there's going to be some nice horses in there, obviously, and this will be the biggest challenge, of course, of his career. But we think it's time to see if he can step up and match these other horses.
And you've partnered once again with a jockey who brings you some good success, Junior Alvarado, on this horse.
Yeah, Junior's been a regular stable rider for us. He rides, probably 50% of the horses for us. And, he's ridden Scotland. He's got a good record on him. He's won a couple races on him already. So, hopefully we can get the job done again.
Last question. Cody's Wish disappointed you a little bit with a second, but or third, I think. But I understand you're going to change up distance, and hopefully he's headed towards the Breeders' Cup at some point.
Well, yeah, we were reaching out last time. I mean, we reached out at 9 furlongs. It was kind of an unproven distance for him, a distance that he had never won at before. But, being here in Saratoga, the Whitney, probably one of the most prestigious races on the calendar for anybody, we wanted to give it a try, and we didn't win, but we're gonna, we'll back him up to the 7 furlong distance and the flat mile distance, and give that a try to put him back in his game.
We're here with super jockey Junior Alvarado. He's up on Scotland for the Travers. Tell me briefly what an opportunity this is. You're up against the biggest horses in the country right now.
Yeah, we're going to be running against good horses, the Belmont winner, the Travers winner, probably even the Preakness winner. But, I like my horse. My horse is coming up, running good races. I think he's developing right, at the right time. And like I said, he ran a big race last time in the curling, and I think, we're going to have a good shot in the Travers.
You rode Cody's Wish, and a little bit of a disappointment on a 2-turn race, but I understand that you guys are regrouping and thinking about a 1-turn and coming back strong. So what's your opinion of all this and how the horse is doing?
Yeah, he didn't probably run his race, to be honest, even though, like, for me, it was very hard to take if it was a 2-turn or he just wasn't his day. But, we're regrouping now, and probably, I know Mr. Mop is thinking to probably go in the Boatborough, which is, I think, is 7 furlong and Aqueduct. So that might be like a race, shooting for him, and then after that, hopefully the Breeders' Cup if everything goes well.
What do you feel more pressure as a jockey, the Travers or Cody's Wish?
Cody's Wish for sure. That's a horse that everybody knows him, and it's just, I would love just to keep winning with him, just to keep that beautiful story going, and but sometimes we have hiccups in life, and I think hopefully we can bounce back from that.
We're here with Carlos Martin, one of the super trainers within the New York Racing Association here at Saratoga Park. Carlos, the Travers is coming up, one of the biggest races of the year, midsummer Triple Crown type of race, best horses in the world. How do you size this race up?
Exciting group of horses, Doc. Thank you for having me. I think it's going to be something you haven't seen in a while. You have the Preakness winner, National Treasure. You have the Derby winner, Mage. And you have the Archangelo, the Belmont Stakes winner. All 3 horses that have competed in different Triple Crown races, all the winners getting together. So that's exciting in itself. And then to throw a little extra spice to the mix, you have the champion 2-year-old from Todd Pletcher and memorably Forte, who was disappointing being scratched in the Derby and ran a valiant race in the Belmont, and another great comeback effort in a very small tactically against the grain win in the Jim Dandy. So between Forte, Mage, Archangelo, National Treasure, it's shaping up to be an historic Travers.
Here with Hall of Fame, very well-known trainer Nick Zito. Nick, how do you see this year's Travers sizing up?
Very exciting Travers. I think it's going to be interesting because, the controversy with Todd Pletcher's horse and Michael Foley's horse passed, and he obviously is a great horse, and those horses that ran in the Jim Dandy were very excited, and of course the Derby winner Mage is a very consistent horse. I think it's just going to be a great Travers.
I'm here with extraordinary trainer Dale Romans. Dale, 2015, you beat American Pharaoh. You came here and clobbered him in the Travers. briefly, what kind of experience was that for you?
No, that was a good day. That was a very good day. You know, he was a great horse. Nobody talks about the 5 times he beat us, but that's probably my most historic win. Everybody loves to talk about it at this time of year. But one of the best things was walking back after the race. I walked back with the horse. All the people cheering for him. And I thought they'd all be booing him because he just beat America's horse. And then getting back to the barn, and at the end of the barn where we're sitting today, Leroy Jolly standing there waiting on me, giving me a big hug, one of my childhood heroes. Welcome to the Travers Club.
Well, we have a new year, and it's a packed group in the Travers this year. How do you see that shaping up?
I don't know. It's a bunch of good horses. Of course, this is a graveyard of champions, so anything can happen in this race.